Good.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to be here, glad to have you here. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative and let me know where you're tuning in from. Man, got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. Going to show you some results from the last stocks that I gave you for speculative plays. I think those working out a little bit for a lot of you out there. So I'm going to continue to do that for as long as we do midday market. I think it brings something to the table from a speculative play as a smaller portion of your portfolio to play some of these stocks and make some quick money on them. So I'm going to keep doing that as well. But I wanted to show you what they look like just from last Monday. Market's doing a weird thing today. It looked like it was going down. Now the market is mixed. The NASDAQ is the only thing that's up. The Dow and the S&P are still down. The VectorVest composite, as you can see right here, is all of my major indices right there as well and what they're doing. All right, if you're brand new to the channel, this is what I want you to do. I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when new stuff like this comes out. And if you like the content, I'm always going to say, if you like the content, it was worth it for you to stop by today to spend some time with Joey and I. Hit the like button. Let us know that you like what you saw. All right, so Martin is here. Because the Jockey Club is in here as well. I have the live trading room, the Jockey Club, for the next 2 days. So I will be at the Jockey Club for Thursday and Friday. Raphael is here from Calgary. Stock Time, hello from south of Pittsburgh. You sound great, Glenn, as always. I like that. That's all Joey. Joey makes that all happen. Kobe Grill is here from Israel. Eton is normally here from Israel as well. I love that we have a reach around the world. Neil is here from Ontario, Canada. Steve is here from Alameda, California. Gotta like that. I love California. Hey, yo, I'm new. Wow, I'm liking that. That's hey, yo, I'm new to this fire app. I'm loving that as well. VectorVest Nation from Georgia, here to waste your time. I hope you're not here to waste our time. Here to waste our time. Jameson is here in our neck of the woods in North Carolina. Mark is here. Mark says, stop worrying. I'm here. Ooh-wee. Got it. So I got people from all over. Yanni from Athens. I'm a big fan of Greece. Big time. Bradenton, Florida. Arkansas. That's Norberto. That sounds like a very Spanish name. Norberto. I like that name. South Bend, Indiana, from Texas, Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan as well. All right, so thank you all for being here. Thank you all for chiming in, letting me know where you're here from. Mark is here pouring a lovely cup of tea in England. Pip, pip, cheerio. No, that's sort of right. Hello, governor. As you're going to see, I love having fun when talking about stocks. I had a comment in one of my live streams that says, man, all you do is just chit chat. It's like blah, blah, blah. I'm curious to know. How many of you appreciate, while we're looking at stocks, having a little bit of fun? Type a 1 in the room. Type a 1. And if you think I should stop talking as much as I do, type a 2 in the room. I just want to know. I am the kind of guy that likes to have a little bit of fun because I think that when you have a smile on your face, you take in information a bit better. Wow, Joey, really? Really? So Joey puts up a poll. Does Glenn talk too much? So everybody, I see, this is why sometimes I don't like you, Joey. Now everybody can type. There we go. I figure I'm going to get some 2s, and that's fine. I'll take that. But Joey put a poll up in the room. Does Glenn talk too much? You can actually vote on the poll.
They're going to say no, you know.
Say again?
They're going to say no.
No, not everybody. I got a couple of people that say I do talk too much. A couple people. So
83% says no, though.
Right, that's all right. 80% said.
Now it's an 80.
All right. I think you don't talk enough. Wow. I like that. 3, you need to sing once in a while, says Mark. Wow. And Raphael says that is part of the fun. And that's why I love doing what I do and bring this information to you. All right. With all that, again, I do have a lot to cover today. So the market is doing trying to do a little bit of a rebound today. If you're looking at our homepage in our Jockey Club, our live trading room, looks like Steve didn't pull the trigger on the swing trading portfolio today, but I may, depending on how the market finishes out for the day. We do have our up. We'll see what happens. Glenn does not talk a lot, but he does have something to say. Okay. Kobe says, we like you, Glenn. Hey, can we talk about this, I guess, rising energy? Is that what you're talking about? Energy and oil or Earl? Earl is back on the rise again. It is. Looking at our sectors, look at that. Petroleum is up 1.69%. Steel. These are the three big things. Metal products is up here as well. These just keep on rolling. It's like Casey Kasem. The hits just keep on going. All right, so steel is still up. Petroleum, energy. Those are the three hottest sectors that we have, and they're still on the rise right now. I've been saying for the longest time, I think petroleum is a good place to have your money because the market's giving you the opportunity to make money in that space, but keep tight stops because what goes up must come down. So I've been saying that for the longest time. He did buy some DSX for you. I did have DS. I still own DSX. I still own DSX, and I actually picked up Zim specifically for. I picked up Zim specifically for the dividend. So we'll see how that works out. And if I had to hold either one of them, I'd probably hold Zim. Longer than DSX. I've made a couple of grand on DSX on the trade itself, but I'd probably hold Zim only because of right now because of that dividend. Glenn doesn't talk enough. He needs a show 5 days a week. Well, I would say the same thing, but I got a team of people that don't believe the same thing you think. Kobe says, CCJ going crazy again. Watch uranium. Cameco, watch uranium. I still think that uranium from a clean energy space and more nuclear power plants being built, uranium is still a hot place to be. All right, I've been saying that for the last couple of months, looking like LEU, CCJ, UUUU. There's a lot of good uranium stocks that are up there, and Nucor from steel stock time is still a good play. All right, so now look at that. As we're talking live, and that's the big thing about midday market, the NASDAQ has now gone back into the red. So now all of the major indices are in the red. Let's do this real quick. Let's go see what news is moving the market. Let's get to, no, before we do that, I've got one other thing I got to talk about. We do have I don't want that one. I want that one. We do have a free webcast talking about precision bottom fishing coming up next week, Wednesday and Thursday. You have several times that you can choose. We initiated a bottom fishing campaign last week. The portfolio in just a short amount of time was up about 20%. If you want to learn more about how to effectively bottom fish, we've got 4 webcasts for you to take advantage of. And Joey's putting the link in the chat. EGY is one of my top 10 stocks, Tiago. All right. It's one of my top 10 stocks right now, along with CVE. I've got a list of my top stocks that I like. And if you're interested, I will show that today. But again, it's just my opinion of my top 10 stocks I like. A couple of them are speculative, but I like them for what they're all about and good and should have good upside. So if you're interested, remind me later in this presentation. I will open up that watch list of my top 10 stocks right now. My top 10 stocks right now. All right, so let's get into the news. What's going on? Stocks bounce as investors raise rate hike expectations after Powell's comments. I'm thinking that people, retail investors, now have a better understanding that in order for us to effectively go after inflation, we're going to have to get more aggressive with raising interest rates. Your Uncle Glenn has been saying that as well for a minute, that we need to do it a little faster. Well, I don't know if we're going to do it faster, but we need to go after hit it a little harder. The problem is, and there is a problem, the problem is if the Fed hits it too hard, we're going to have a recession. And I think right now he's trying to have a balance between going after inflation as aggressively as he can without bringing on a recession. I think, though, if you're trying to get to that 2%, it's going to be tough with 25 basis points, and I think even with 50 basis points. I'm thinking that before the end of the year, we need 2 increases at 100 basis points. Again, that's my opinion. I need to know about IBM, please, says Nora. IBM is a great stock. In the tech space, along with Microsoft and Apple and Google and things like that. IBM is a good stock. That's what I'm going to say in regards to that. What are the top 10 stocks to buy? ADIS. Within the VectorVest software, if you are a subscriber to the VectorVest software, we always have our top stocks by value, safety, and timing in our stock viewer. So as you ask that question, I'm going to put up another slide as well. Where's it at? We don't sell anything here, as you know, but if you want to have your questions answered like that, what are the top 10 stocks to buy, which is a great question. Anytime within the VectorVest system, you can pull up our stock viewer and see out of all the 9,100 stocks that we track, which stocks have the best combination of value, safety, and timing, which is our master indicator, VST. So you can always ask that question and get that answer, ADIS, all right? But you got to be a subscriber. 99 cents gets you a 30-day trial to the VectorVest software. All right, so, and I think that the retail investor is starting to pick up on, he's got to be a little bit more aggressive to go after inflation. And I think it's coming to fruition that maybe the Fed reacted too slowly to come after inflation because they kept saying that it was transitory. They kept saying it was transitory. They kept saying it was transitory. All right. How about options? Do you think IBM will go up, please, sir? From an options perspective, we don't talk much about options here, but I'm probably going to get Ron Wheeler back on sometime in the near future, and we're going to have a midday market or a trending Thursday that I can devote specifically to options, Nora. I thank you for bringing that to my attention. And I think that I need to reach out to Ron to see if I can make that happen within the next month or so. What's happening to NVIDIA? Anything that's going on with the chip stocks are getting affected as well. And as a matter of fact, just putting this out there, my son just interviewed with TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor, and that might be an awesome thing for him as this goes along. I'm loving this. Does Glenn talk too much? 79% of people said no, and 20% of the people says yes. That was 123 votes. Thank you, Joey. What do you think about PayPal? So you're asking me about individual stocks. Here, I got enough to cover. I may not be able to talk about a lot of your individual stocks, but tomorrow when Patrick is on YouTube for the mobile app, he does a great job of looking at individual stocks for you guys. All right, so Sukraj, you can do that tomorrow with Patrick. All right, what other stocks are making the news? General Mills rose 3.3% after food processing giant raised its full year core sales and profit forecast. So everybody in there, mama eats General Mills stuff, cereal. How many of you eat cereal daily? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you don't eat cereal that much? Type of 2 in the room. Personally, I don't eat much in the way of cereal because I'm lactose intolerant, and I don't like milk anyway. So I am not. For me, Chick-fil-A, Jay. All right, for me, I'm going for Chick-fil-A always. All right, Adobe fell after the software. Oh man, what did you just do, Joey? Sigh. All right, let's try this again. Adobe fell after it beat its first quarter targets, but disappointed with its guidance. So the forward guidance wasn't there. All right. A lot of people don't eat cereal. Wow. Now, Joey's household probably does eat a lot of cereal. He's got 3 kids. So, Joey, you eat cereal? Your house eats cereal?
All the time.
All the time, yeah. So not in my household. My wife does, but I don't. GameStop. Now, this is important. It rose 13% after the chairman, Ryan Cohen's investment company, bought 100,000 shares of the video game retailer, raising its stake to just under, he's at 11.9% stakeholder. And GameStop rose yesterday. It's pulling back a little bit today. It ran up and pulled back today. But of course, from the meme stock perspective, GME, AMC are the two biggest meme stocks that are out there. And GameStop missed earnings. AMC beat earnings, but neither one of them is still making money yet. GameStop is hoping that their whole NFT business takes them to a whole another level of company. So we'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens. Next one, T-Mobile. And I use, BP first. BP first rose 2.8 after Morgan Stanley upgraded them to overweight from equal weight. So again, looking at oil companies, even the big names out there are upgrading these. I am still saying be careful in this space because it can't go up forever. But if price of oil keeps going higher, these oil stocks are going to keep making money. T-Mobile, which I just moved from because we were with Sprint, which then became T-Mobile, and now we're with AT&T. It rose 0.7% after KeyBank lifted its stance on the wireless network operator to overweight from sector weight, saying that the company has the best-in-class 5G network. AT&T is the way to go. Joey, who do you have? Who do you have? I got AT&T.
AT&T. I have AT&T internet and phone.
All right. How many of you put what your mobile devices are, what your mobile services in the room? I'm curious to know. I'm thinking that AT&T by far is still the best. Even putting Verizon's not in here, but the three biggest ones are AT&T, Verizon, and now T-Mobile. Used to be Sprint, but now T-Mobile. What are your mobile devices under? What are your mobile networks under? Boeing took a big hit. All right, man, Boeing just can't seem to catch a break. The big 737 Maxes fell under some pressure because of some crashes that they had. And now a regular 737 crashed and killed some people. Boeing is getting a lot of bad PR, a lot of bad PR. A lot of Verizon people in the room. Verizon for everything, and they are way overpriced, says John. But it looks like a lot of Verizon people. STC in Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't know what STC is. Now, I'm thinking if you got Rogers, Tim, you're in Canada. If you got Rogers, you're probably in Canada. TELUS is in Canada as well. All right, but a lot of Verizon people in the room. Wow. So AT&T is not as popular as I thought. TCHY expected to fall after the Chinese social media and gaming giant posted an 8% rise in quarter revenue, its slowest growth. Man, an 8% rise, and it's the slowest growth since going public in 2004. I think that they also had earnings. Yeah, they did. That's why it says fourth quarter revenue. All right, so that's interesting. It goes up 8%. They raised their revenue by 8%. But it's not as what was expected. Will still stocks suffer because of them getting rid of tariffs from Britain? B. Smith, I don't know, and I'm not going to try to guess at that. I'm thinking that as long as people are buying steel because of building, because of infrastructure, all of that kind of thing, steel stocks should go up. As far as what's going on from Britain, I don't know much about that story, so I'm not going to try to give you an answer on that. And the last one, Posh fell 10% after the new and used clothing marketplace disappointed with guidance for the fourth current quarter. So some of the big news, and I'm really keeping my eye on GameStop and on AMC, but GameStop because I want to see if the NFT business that GameStop really is going into with Loop Ring, which I own that cryptocurrency. I do own Loop Ring. I'm just curious to know if it's got the wherewithal to push this stock price higher. All right, what else is in here? This is big news right here. How many of you own XROF? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you own XROF? Type a 1 in the room. If you do not own XROF, type a 2, because this, it could be really, 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 really big. And as you're starting to type that in the room, this is big. Former Rivian Chief Operating Officer joins XRO Technologies Advisory Board, brings strategic knowledge from global mobility industry to commercialized brand. So our company, a lot of us here at VectorVest own XROF. I own about 10,000 shares of XROF. I think that the company, when it comes down to the electric motor, if you don't know about XROF, folks, at least just take a look at it. It's a low-dollar company that is trying to make the electric motor better. And I'm thinking that as we get closer and closer and buying more of electric vehicles, XROF is going to play a role in making those vehicles better. Keep your eye on XROF if you do not know anything about it. Do your homework on it, but it's a good company, theoretically. All it just needs is for all of the ducks in the row to fit and the puzzle pieces to fit at the right time. It could be a great company. But what am I doing? Speculating. All right, I am speculating, but theoretically what they are doing could be huge in the market of the electric motor. All right, so there we go. But that was big news as well. Interesting from a ETF, not an ETF, a cryptocurrency perspective. Another big news. The NFL will now let teams seek limited blockchain sponsorships. That's kind of big when the NFL is now stepping into the realm of blockchain. But cryptocurrency promotion remains banned. Now, interesting how you say that, because the time when Tom Brady was in the NFL, did you not see the commercials that he was doing about cryptocurrency? So I don't understand that, but cryptocurrency promotion remains banned. I don't know how, if that was the case, when Brady was still, and now he's back, but when he was still with the Buccaneers, how he was doing those commercials if the NFL says that cryptocurrency promotion remains banned. I don't know how that works. So, made money on XRO, but got stopped out. Nothing wrong with that, Harry. I've been in and out of XRO a couple of times. I am pretty much timing it. Crypto commercials were the top spenders for the Super Bowl. Yes, they were, Jay. It was sort of like the Crypto Bowl. It really was sort of like the Crypto Bowl. There was a cryptocurrency put a lot of money into the Super Bowl to push cryptocurrency. Is it okay, XRO, or it's XROF is the actual ticker symbol, EXROF. The company name, though, is XRO, EXRO, XRO Technologies. All right, so these are the big news stories that are moving a lot of different stocks today. Let's go take a look at them in the software. All right, let's go take a look at them in the software. Go to my viewers tab. Before we get into the news, the big news, let's go see what's going on with the indices. The VIX is up today, not a lot, still above the value of 20, so there's still volatility in the market, a lot of volatility in the market. The low dollar stocks, the Russell 2000 stocks, are down today. So even though the market was trying to do this little bit of a mixed feel today, people are getting out of the lower dollar stocks. Those are the risk-on stocks. Normally on a good up day, those stocks are rocking and rolling. Let's go take a look at our graphs, look at all of the other major indices, put on my quad thingy thing, and the Dow, all of the markets. The Dow started off this morning pushing down, currently still pushing down. The spiders are at a level of resistance sitting at 448.53. The 3 and the 8, I am looking at 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages. Right now, they're bearish on the spiders. They're bearish on the Dow. They're bearish on the NASDAQ, even though the NASDAQ looks like it's more of a middling or sideways trending market today right now. And look at the volume. The volume is not big as the markets are leveling out today. Here's our VectorVest composite, also with the 3 below the 8 right now. So the market did try to do a little bit of a bump. Look at our VectorVest composite. Did try to do a little bit of a bump. Now, why does our VectorVest composite look different from the other indices? Remember, the VectorVest composite tracks the movement of over 9,100 stocks. The Spiders tracks the movement of 500 stocks. The Dow tracks the movement of 30 stocks. And the NASDAQ tracks the movement of about 4,300 stocks, but they're very tech heavy. All right, so as we look at this, that's why there's a difference between looking at 9,100 stocks compared to 500, 30, and 4,300. A lot of regulations on crypto in the future. Why is that going to happen? Because the federal government is trying to get some money out of this too. All right, so we'll see how that works out. All right, so that's what's going on in the market right now. Right now, the market is doing a little bit of a sideways mumbo. Now, let's get to the stocks that made the news. Let's go to the big news. The stocks that made the news, and put this back onto here. All right, there's GameStop, another 16% today. Nice move on GameStop. There's British Petroleum. They got upgraded. Adobe was in there. Tencent Holding. There's T-Mobile. General Mills up today. Boeing, again, man, they can't catch a break. They're down today. But there's Poshmark. Even though they missed on guidance going forward, they are still moving higher. And there's XRO. I think the news on XRO was really good, but we'll see what happens. Let's go take a look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 that are moving up today. XRO is amongst them. And XRO is the only stock. This is the more speculative play, but I think theoretically, if you look at what they do, for those of you who are not in XRO yet, take a look at what the company does, and I think it's something that you can put some money into. Let's right click. Let's view the stock graph. All right, let's view the stock graph. Intraday. Let's go put these all onto my quad thingy. All right, so GME is up there. Nice move today, pulling back right now as the market is starting to middle out right now. The 3 and the 8 intraday. The 3 is below the 8. We'll see what goes on, but most recently coming off a most recent intraday high like that. XROF, not a lot of volume. I still like this stock, but man, it doesn't trade. And you would think that with the news today would be trading with a little bit more volume than it is right now. It ran up this morning on the news. Right now, moving sideways. And as I mentioned, I do own 10,000 shares of XRO right now. XRO is traded in Canada, and it's XRO in Canada. There you go, Mukesh. Thank you for that. XRO is EXRO in Canada, but XROF in the US. All right, UGA is the ETF seeks to track the changes of the price of gasoline. All right, wouldn't talk about that, but probably somebody in the room you were talking about that. I married XROF in several accounts. I think that it's a great, I'm not ever going to get married to a stock, even as much as I love Apple. I am not in love with Apple, but I'd be careful with loving or marrying into a stock. All right, so Posh, look at that. Gap down this morning. Look at that. A gap down this morning, and look at the steady move higher. Loving that it's trading at its most recent high for the day. And actually, the only stock that I like right now, if I'm going to look at it intraday to put a trade on, probably is sitting at Poshmark. BP is pulling back from its most recent high. Notice that a lot of these stocks, as the market is moving down or moving sideways right now, are feeling the effect. Remember, the direction of the market affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. But XROF straight moving sideways. Looks like GME is trying to bounce. I'd look at it if I'm trying to get in today for it to go above that high. But Poshmark does look good. All right, let me close that out. So those are my big moving stocks today. We looked at the top 4 by percentage move today. Earnings this week, earnings today. These are stocks that are posting earnings today. Either they've already posted or they will be posting later on this evening. Funware, which is with DWAC, which is with the Truth app that's out there, the Donald Trump app. Funware, DWAC, intermingled together that way. So it's up 3.5% today. Cintas, the uniform company, is up 2.3% today. General Mills already reported, and they're still up nicely, about 2% today. And EVGO, I don't know if they reported or not yet, but they're up about 0.25%. So these are stocks that are either reporting today or already have reported or will be reporting today. Let's go right click. Let's go see what these stocks look like. There's Funware. Nicely moved up. How many of you are trading DWAC? So Mukesh, again, as you asking question about individual stocks, with all that I have to cover today, I won't get to your individual stocks. But tomorrow when Patrick does the mobile app on YouTube, you can definitely talk to him and he will get that for you, Mukesh. All right. Funware, again, along with the DWAC stock, ran up this morning, but is pulling back right now. If I'm looking at it, I'm hitting lower highs. All right, so just keeping that in mind. I did like the move early this morning on good volume, but it is falling back right now. Let me make that a little darker for you to see. It is trending lower from the intraday high. We are hitting lower highs, so just keep your eyes on that. Notice that the 3, which is the green line, the 3 exponential moving average is below the 8, and it's in a downtrend. If I'm looking at getting into this today, I need the 3 to go back above the 8, and then I need the stock to break through the downtrend. Let's go to the next stock, Cintas, the uniform company, nicely moving up today. Right now, moving a tad bit sideways. Let's go get me a line. Here's my level of right now where it stands, a level of support at 401.88, and look at it trying to bounce. The 3 is still below the 8, but still in a sideways move. If I'm thinking about getting in, let's see if we can take out that intraday high. Next one, wow, General Mills don't look so good at all. Good, googly muggly, where's that one at? That's, oh man, it didn't work, Joey. Is my thing, it is working. Why did, oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so man, that's a stock that's definitely moving down right now. Be careful with that intraday. Be careful with that intraday. And then the last stock that I have on this list is EVGO. A little bit of a bouncation, up and down, a little bit of Loch Nessy. Did create a level of support sitting at 1140. Nice little hammer formation on this down pull. Could be a possible reverse in price action, but I need that candle to be green and moving up. All right. What y'all think about Clover? What did I just say, Lamar? Both Lamar and Jerry. I'm not gonna talk about individual stocks unless I have some time at the end. If I do, I will try. All right. So now let's go look at what the fastest sectors are, the movers and the shakers, because on the homepage, I always have in the sectors box the top 5 sectors in the software. But what we do here on Midday Market is that we are going to go through the delta searches on sectors. Okay, we're going to do a 10-day RT delta. What does that mean? I'm going to look at the relative timing indicator in the VectorVest software, and I'm going to do a percentage change on relative timing over the last 2 trading weeks. This will tell me which stocks from a short-term price trend are starting to rise in the sectors. So when I run this, and I'm going to bring up the top 5 sectors, when I run this over the last 10 trading days, it'll show me which sectors have been moving the highest. Internet over the last 10 days is up 35%. Out of 41 sectors, though, it's number 38. This is how you find the movers and the shakers before they get to the top of the sector list. So let's right-click. Let's view the stocks in that business sector. All right, this is a great way to also find stocks to get into. There's 216 stocks in that sector. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to look at the top 5, but we're going to sort the list by percentage price change. So if the sector is up over 30% over the last 2 trading weeks, I am looking at, from a today perspective, which stocks in this sector are moving up the most today, and these could be good day trading opportunities based upon the sector moving up so nicely over the last 2 weeks. So we're going to look at the top 4, 1, 2, 3, for, and look at these, a lot of these are lower dollar stocks in a sector that's really starting to rise. Let's go view the stock graph. Let's go put this on to intraday. Not a lot of volume on ZTCOY. Nice move up. And I don't think this, let's go to check the news on this real quick. Was there any specific news? It's up 22%. U.S. courts find ZTE committed visa fraud. Still ends probation. Ooh, that's not good. It committed fraud, but it's up. Yeah, I ain't thinking I want to touch that. Oh, Lord have mercy. Good Lord. Exits probations after U.S. court rulings, shares soar. China's ZTE Corp shares soar as much as 60% in Hong Kong on Tuesday after the telecommunications equipment maker completed 5 years of probation. Is that what it is? They ended probation. That's what it is. All right. So I don't know if I really want to jump on board with that stock because they did some bad stuff. But they were on probation for 5 years. Maybe people are looking to get into it. $4.86. I don't think I really want to take that stock right now. SECO moving up. It wasn't until just recently, about the 12 o'clock hour, that it not only started going up, but did so on good volume. Hold on. Let's go. If I do this, I don't want that either. Let me take me off for a second, Joey. Cam scene. Take me off. There we go. All right, it wasn't until about when we came on that the stock started moving with big volume. Then we had a shooting star pattern, and it pulled back. This is on a lot of volume. Be careful with this one as well. I'm not feeling these stocks. Crex, big gap up, faded the gap, moving down. Not feeling that one either. And IQ, look at that. That ran up nicely, $4.79. Ran up nicely on good volume. Now, probably a good time from profit taking. Stocks prices going down. If you were in this earlier, this is probably a good time to get out of the stock. All right, so now I'm going to take a look at this list a little differently. That internet list, right, up over 35%. Let's right-click, view the stocks in that sector again, right? I'm going to still look at the top 5 stocks. Still going to look at the top 5 stocks, but we're going to do this a little differently. If the sector is nicely moving up, let's look at the stocks that have the best relative value, the best upside potential, and see if any of those are moving up. Only LVLU. All right, I'm going to take a look at that stock. So the sector is moving. This stock does have good upside potential. I'm not feeling the volume on this. I'm not feeling. So all I'm doing is doing some analysis, and I'm determining which stocks I like, which ones I don't like, and I'm going from there. All right. So that was just a way of seeing, let me run this again, of seeing what sectors are starting to rise before they become number one in our list. But look at these movements. These sectors are definitely on the rise and something to keep your eyes on. Kenneth says, I would not touch any China stocks. I'm sort of kind of with you as far as that. Julius just subscribed. Thank you, Julius, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. And folks, don't be scared. If you want to subscribe, by all means, please do so, especially if you are appreciating the content that you're getting here on our channel. And again, don't forget to hit the like button. All right. What's the next thing on my list? Let's go see industry ETFs. Where's the money going? So I created, you can put me back on the screen, Joey. I've created a watch list of indices across the broad spectrum of investing. I built that for you for the purposes of saying at any given day, let's go see where the money is going. Oil is still energy, natural gas, gold. Look at that. GDX is up almost 1% today. Copper, gold, materials. Where's the money not going today? Financial, healthcare, small cap, consumer staples. I like this from the perspective of always knowing where I can put my money from an intraday perspective at any given time. at any given time. You're doing a good job. We're learning a lot. Thank you for that, Ronald. I appreciate that. Tim says, VV Nation, what ETF would you use to buy puts to protect your oil? I would look at DRIP. If I'm going to look at the oil, well, that's to play oil to the downside. All right, hold on. What ETF would you use to buy puts to protect your oil profits in Canada? I gotta think about that. See, why would you buy the puts if you're just gonna play the direction by way of the ETF? If it's going up, I would go buy Gush. If it's going down, I'd buy Drip. Or if I want to, I don't want to trade the actual ETF, I'd buy the calls or the puts on those. That would be the way that I would think, Ronald. Hopefully that answers your question. That was for Tim. That's the only way I think I can answer your question. But I can look to see where the money is going. The money today, that's today, is going into oil and natural gas, right? And that's where you could be best suited to make intraday day trade money today. All right. So when I look at the industry ETFs and I look to see where the money is going today, I'm using this from the perspective of day trades. All right. But when I run the search on which sectors are on the rise, I can use that for longer term money, because if those sectors are rising as much as they are over the last 2 weeks, they may have some staying power. So there's the differences between the types of stocks that I'm introducing to you, or where to try to put your money. Some of it is for day trade, and some of it is for the longer term or swing trades. Would they go to Midas stocks, says John. What do you mean, would they go to Midas stocks? I'm not sure what you're asking me there. Ask me that again in a different way, because I'm not sure what your question is, my friend. All right. So on the fly, that watch list is still made up of investment banks. I think that as interest rates rise, those should be really starting to move. Today is not a real good day for them to really across the board. I've got 26 stocks in here, and today ain't the day. Today ain't the day. You hear that, Joey? Today ain't the day. You listening, Joey?
Of course.
All right, I just want to make sure. I'll make sure you ain't sleeping. All right. Say again?
I'm watching Sanford and Son.
Why are you watching, you big dummy? Why are you watching Sanford and Son? Elizabeth, I'm coming to you. This is the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to you.
But we ain't got time for that now, Pop.
You ain't got no time for that now. Okay. Speculative plays. Oh, before I get into speculative plays, how many of you pay attention to my speculative plays? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you pay attention to my speculative plays, and how many of you really don't care about my speculative plays? Type a 2. Type of 2. So would you go to the Midas touch, the 5 stocks you looked at? No, those stocks that I'm looking at came from the sectors that are moving. The movers and the shakers, John. That's where I got those stocks from. All right. So what is the poll you just put up, Joey?
New live stream ideas. So
okay.
Glenn opening the market, Glenn closing the market, Glenn analyzing your stocks, or more midday market updates.
Excellent. All right.
See what they think.
All right, and I'm just curious to know about the people that are chiming in now in regards to my speculative plays. There's a reason why I asked. The most recent speculative plays that I did, and I'm going to try to do this often if I can always remember. I did a quick test of the ones I gave you on Monday. All right, here they are. Here's the ones that I just gave you on Monday. And look at these. VIOT up 13%. Out of the 10 stocks that I gave you, there was 11. Out of the 11, 8 made money, 3 lost money. All right, so I listen. I try to go through a lot of work to find you these kinds of stocks to at least keep your eyes on. Now, I'm not telling you at any given time to go out and buy these. These are speculative plays. But I put some high probability on these stocks by trying to make sure that all of these stocks have a relative value above 1. I try to put some high probability on these stocks by looking to make sure that they all have, for the most part, positive earnings and double-digit earnings growth. Now, what makes them speculative? A lot of it is the price. And not a lot of people in the room have a ton of money to put into the market. So if you're looking for some stocks to help you to try to make a good quick buck in a short amount of time, these are stocks that I want you to take a look at. That's the purpose of giving you the speculative plays. Just listen by the name, they are speculative plays. And from that perspective, you're not putting a ton of money behind these stocks. But when I go to find these stocks, I am trying to put some probability in your hands that these should halfway do good. All right, so that's why I wanted to show you that screenshot of what they did just from Monday to the close of business yesterday. And when I look at this next Monday when we do midday market, let's go see what these stocks look like on Monday, doing a quick test as well. All right, so out of those, I did own this stock, San Juan Basin. I made a quick couple $1,000s on it. I got out of it. Today, it's up again, another 5%. Mullen is not in this list. I finally got out of Mullen. I made almost $3,000 on that trade, and I got out of it. But these are good speculative plays that have high probability of making money. There's no guarantee. So let's look at the top 4 that are moving up the most. All right, let's go take a look at them. View the stock graph. So San Juan did well this morning. And from a day trade perspective, when the 3 went below the 8, that was a good opportunity to close out. I love using the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages for my trades, whether it's a longer term trade or a shorter term trade, to give me some semblance of getting in at the right time and getting out at the right time. All right, so San Juan Basin looked good this morning. I don't think it gapped in either direction. Oh, it did. It did gap up this morning. I got a long level before this stock, from a stop perspective, gives me a sell from fading the gap. But the 3 and the 8 probably was a good opportunity to get out intraday. Oh, hold on. Let me bring up my forward quad thingy. I'm in the forward quad thingy. Wow. ARLP, I'm a big fan of coal and oil. ARLP, look at that. Nicely jumped up this morning. The 3 went below the 8, but what else did it do? When that 3 went below the 8, it actually formed a beautiful level of support. That could have kept you in the stock a little longer. And look at the stock's price now, currently challenging the intraday high, which happened 20 minutes into the market open. These are intraday 5-minute bars. BTEGF did well this morning. It started out well this morning, leveled out, got to the session high, a little bit of a shooting star candle, or that's not a dragonfly. I'm thinking I'm calling that a shooting star. And look at the pullback after it. A shooting star with some follow through. And next, EBR went up. Now another utility electric went up nicely this morning. Found the level of support. 3 and the 8 now crashed back up. Let's see if it can take out the high. Remember, these are strictly speculative stocks, and I don't want you all to go back up the truck to buy these shares, but write down these stocks. Keep your eyes on them. I'm liking Trivago. I think the airlines are starting to move. I'm thinking people are planning trips. I do like that shipping company, PANL. We found it here on Midday Market. It's only up 0.8%, but Clover is not in this list. I'm going to give you that. Clover, COLV. I'll put that in here. All right, I'll put that in here, and it's at the top of the list, up 7.28%. Let's go take a look at it. View the stock graph. Intraday, do I'm liking it? I am. A little choppy and dicey this morning, but look at that. After it went above this level of resistance at 364, the 3 and the 8 have been solid, even on the pullbacks. 3 and the 8 stayed solid. Just recently getting real close to the session high, 3 and the 8 stayed solid. So from a Clover perspective, intraday, I like it. Now I'm going to do something for you. That I never really do. I'm going to put on a 3-month graph. I'm put on a 1-month graph. I like the stock. I like that stock. I cannot lie. All right. Hey, Joey, my screen ain't moving. I put on the big up one. Where's it at? There it is. I like that.
On VV program.
Oh, is that? I am in the program, though.
No, you're not. You were on this one.
Oh, okay. All right, let me hit it. So I like Clover. I like it end of day for a swing trade. Let's go put it back on the intraday 5-minute bars current day. If I'm looking at getting in it today, I'm looking at going 5 cents higher than the high, but I'm liking the 3 and the 8. So someone asked me, can you please repeat what to use to get in and out exponential? DA Singh, I'm looking at 3 and 8 exponential moving averages intraday, and I am looking at 5-minute bars. I like the trade. It's a good looking stock, both on an intraday 5-minute basis as well as looking at it end of day. I do like that. All right. So I put that into my speculative. Should I? Yep. RV below 1, RS below 1, negative earnings growth. This is strictly a good speculative play as well. But I do like it both end of day and intraday. Who gave me that? Who told me to do that? A couple of people wanted me to look at it. All right, but that was Leonard Armstrong. There you go, Leonard. So intraday and end of day, I like it. And a couple of people were asking me to look at it. So finally I did. Gosh, you guys are relentless. But that's all right. I like the commentary. I do like the commentary. XPSA from Monday Speculative. One last one. Sigh. XPSA. I don't have it. XSPA. XSPA. Is it speculative? Let's go take a look. XP. Wow, it's at the bottom of my list. Good upside. Now notice that these are really speculative. Well, Clover is really speculative. I got an RV below 1. With XSPA, I do have a relative value above 1. So it's got good upside. Positive earnings, grows their earnings at a nice clip. I do like that. Let's right click. It's down today. Let's view the stock graph. Ooh, it's really ripping and running. I don't like it intraday. Right now. It did look icky. And then it rebounded, found the level of the high. I'm not feeling the volume, but it's pulling down right now. I don't like it. I'll put it on a 1-month graph. Even on a 1-month graph, Harry, even on a 1-month graph, it's pulling off of that level of resistance of $1.62, down for 3 days in a row. Now, end of day, if you own it, the 3 and the 8, the 3 is still above the 8. Leave it alone. If you own it right now, leave it alone. If I'm thinking about getting into it, I need it to go 5 cents higher than the high. Does that make sense? Mukesh, I'm not going to keep adding stocks to the list, my friend. I just can't. I can't. All right. Today's big movers. I always want to go through the 9,100 stocks to see what the big movers are for the day. Here's my big movers right now. Let's sort this by, excuse me, percent price change. Wow. Joey, I need a lozenge or something. Good gravy.
Take a drink.
I take a drink. I got my Cafe Bustelo in my Starbucks cup. Now, I took a trade on this one this morning at $2.18, and I got out of it. I saw it pre-market. I made a quick little couple $100 on the trade. I saw it pre-market on a search that I created. The Jockey Club knows what it is. It's the one, excuse me, where I look at another indicator that you'll only find in the VectorVest software, percentage volume. And I'll use it tomorrow in our live trading room. But here are some of the biggest moving stocks for the day. I sorted them by percentage price change. Let's go look at the top 4. 1, 2. We already looked at GME earlier today, so we'll go to the next one, which is AGRI, Agroforce Growing. Is that a weed stock? Thinking. Let's right click. Let's go see if there's any opportunities today to get into these. CENN did well coming out of the gate. And this is why I like looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages. Look at the pullback. And the 3 never went below the 8. He stayed in. He said, yay. Oh, what do I do? The 3 never went below the 8. Yay. And finally, the 3 did go below the 8. And you know something? That could have been a good opportunity. The stock's price started out here, open at 237, and we got out. we would have gotten out at the close of 281. That's not bad for a quick day trade. All right. And since then, it popped up and came back down. If I'm thinking about getting into it intraday, though, I'm not thinking about getting in until it touches that high, till it touches that high by about 5%, 5 cents above the high. Femi, I did, like I said, take a trade on that. I made some quick money in it prior and got out when the 3 crossed below the 8. I got in it right at the market open. And I put in a buy stop order like 5 cents above 213, where I was looking at it pre-market, and it got up as high as 238. And then I looked at a couple of things. I saw that was a bearish engulfing with some follow through. I got out here, somewhere up in here, around somewhere up in here. I got out. So I made a couple $100 on the trade. All right. It's starting to run now. I'd like to see if it can go back above that level of resistance, but I found it pre-market. And again, it's something that we'll look at in the Jockey Club tomorrow morning. Mogo looked good as well. Until the 3 crossed below the 8, especially if you got in, if you were in it the day before or early in the market day. You could have made a quick little buck here. Agra, take me off the screen for a second, Joey. AGRI, look at that. Went up. Look at the 3 and the 8 hold. Went up some more. Look at the 3 and the 8 hold. Went up some more until finally the 3 crosses below the 8. You can put me back on, Joey. I love using the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages, whether I am day trading or I am longer term holding on an end of day basis. All right. So whatever moving averages feel right for you, I think you need some semblance of moving averages to assist you in getting in and out at the right time. I've adopted using the 3 and the 8, whether I'm day trading or end of day trading. All right. What else I got going on? Wall Street bet stocks. I can hear you, Joey, in case you didn't know. Or do you care? Okay. I look at the Wall Street bet stocks, the stocks in the top 12 stocks. I always bring that to you. The top 12 stocks. GME is at the top of the list today, up nicely again, about 14%. There's AMC right with them, up about 17% today. So 2 of the biggest Wall Street bet stocks or meme stocks both have good up days today, but I'm still not a fan of any of them yet long term. Neither one of them are making money. But are they trying to turn the business around? Both of them are trying to turn the businesses around. That could be a positive sign, and we're seeing some of that effect today. Alibaba's in the list, up 5%. BlackBerry's been in that list like since day one of the meme stock looking. So there we go. All right, VV Nation, there are 188 watching and only 82 likes, so smash that like button now to show your love to Glenn and Joey. Listen, you know me. If you do, you do. If you don't, it's up to you. That's fine. But my job is to bring you the information that can help you to grow your portfolio the best way that I can. That's what I do, and that's what Monday midnight. Hey, Joey, show me the results of that thingy. The last poll. Can you do that?
Yeah, I just entered it. It'll take a second to pop up. All
right, I'm curious to know what you guys want the most of. What you guys want the most of as far as new ideas, new stream ideas, more midday market updates. 37% say that. Interesting. Opening the market, 27% analyzing your stocks. Not a lot of people want me to analyze the stocks, and that's all right with me. Today, I did analyze a couple of them in a watch list that I had already set up, but you really want more midday market updates. Interesting. I like that, Joey, for putting that up there to give us an idea of what's what. And Glenn closing the market 16%. It was only 37. Huh?
Yeah, 37 votes, though. Yeah, the other one had 120 votes or something.
Interesting. I don't know why it wasn't as many people. Maybe we need to do that again Monday. Because I'm really curious. Keep those same ideas. I want to do that again Monday. I need to see a lot more than 37 votes. This is a good way from the perspective of giving us an idea of what you guys want. You know, this channel should be about what you guys want. It should be. All right. So from that perspective, we're going to run that same poll first thing Monday on midday market update. I need you guys to really chime in on that because this gives us some direction. All right. No, Jim, I cannot do that here. I think next week, though, I may have a surprise for you. I'm going to solidify it. I may be doing a one-day live stream peak of the Jockey Club. I may be doing that next Wednesday. All right. So I'm thinking that next Wednesday, if this goes through, next Wednesday's stream will be at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I will be streaming the Jockey Club. It'll be a sneak peek for those people who are interested in knowing what our trading room is all about. All right. Emmett says, run the poll again. No, because I got a lot of people dropping out because it's the end of the webcast. I think we're going to do it again first thing Monday. Because I'm really interested in what you guys, what do you mean you people? What you guys want on our YouTube channel. What things would you really like to see? What things would you really like to see? Whether it's me, whether it's Patrick, whether it's the both of us. Because it's all about you, you know, it is all about you. And I'm glad that everybody in the room doesn't think that I talk too much. All right, so here we go. All right, Joey, we're about done, right? Right at 1 o'clock. Man, I'm getting better at being down to an hour. I am. You know why? Because you're my friend, Joey.
You are my friend.
You are my friend. All right, folks. I'm getting ready to go. How many likes did we get? Did we get over 100 likes? If we did, it's 97. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, Jay told him to go smash the dislike button.
What did Jay tell you to do that for, Jay? Why are you telling people to hit the dislike button? Sigh, Jay. All right. So thank you guys for being here. Run DMC had that song, You Talk Too Much. Homeboy, you never shut up. John, what you know about that right there? What you know about that right there? All right. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you guys next month. Actually, you'll see us tomorrow. Patrick will be on at 11 o'clock for the mobile app. I will be on at 2 o'clock for Trending Thursday. And we'll see you then. So, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha for all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.